Hello, my learning buddies. So once again, welcome back to our grammar sessions at your own favorite learning platform, Learn Forward. And we are here with your book, The Grammar Hub for Grade 7 by Feathercap. You have started learning tenses. So today we'll do another new chapter, chapter 11 of your book, in which we'll be learning about all the kinds of future tenses. So you know how many tenses, parts are there for future tense? Yes, for each of them we have four. Similarly, in future we'll be having four. Let's go and study about future tense, which you have already learned earlier. So what is future tense? Yes, that is the time ahead. That means the time still to come. So when we talk about the time still to come, we talk in future tense. And then there are four different types. How we'll just learn about them. First is simple future tense, and we also call it future indefinite tense. Simple future tense, we'll first learn the sentence formation, the verb structure here. So for simple future tense, you have already learned what do you use? How do you use the verb there? Yes, we use will shall with the root form of verb, which we also call the first form of verb. Like here we have an example, my brother will not come tomorrow. So today we are just mentioning this today, and we are talking about tomorrow, which is a time to come, which is a future reference. So we are using here simple future tense. This is my brother will not come together. So will shall shows that you are talking about the action in future tense. Now what you have to study is we have different kinds of sentences, like we have affirmative sentences, we have negative sentences, then we have interrogative, and we have negative interrogative also. So let's see what is the structure of sentence here. How do we form verbs? So when you are talking about affirmative sentences in simple future tense, simply you have to take care of will shall with the root form of verb. And what is the difference between will shall? Can anybody tell? Yes, shall is used only with first person pronouns, and with all other subjects we use will. So will shall with the first form of verb, like our exams will start from the next week. Now moving ahead, how do you write negative sentences? If you remember, I told you only except simple present and simple past tense. In each of the verb formation we have a helping verb there. And whenever you have to make interrogative or negative sentences, we just take care of the helping verb. So same here, we have a helping verb, isn't it? Yes, will or shall, they are the helping verbs here. And to make such sentences into negative sentences, what do? We just add not after the helping verb. So the structure becomes will shall followed by not, and then the first form of verb. So how do you get it? Our exams will not start from the next week. Coming to interrogative sentences, again take help of the helping verb, take it in the beginning of the sentence. So when it is a yes no question type, you say will shall first, then your subject, and then the first form of verb. Like you are asking here, will our exam start from the next week? So that simply becomes your interrogative sentence. Coming to next is interrogative sentences with were questions. So when you have to ask a question, you put the question word in the beginning, just like we have in other forms, and then followed by the rest of the interrogative structure as we have done with the helping verb. So it becomes were word, that is the question word, followed by will shall, which is the helping verb, and then the subject and first form of verb. So we have when will our exams start? So what you have to remove from the sentence is the part of the sentence that is giving answer to your were question. So our exams will start next week. So next week is the answer to when. That is why we have removed that phrase, that part of the sentence. So it's when will our exam start, and of course it is interrogative sentence, so you are going to put a question mark at the end. Coming to next is interrogative negative. We just introduced not here, won't, shan't, and then the subject first form of the verb. So won't our exam start from the next week, or will shall? If it is will shall, the two forms are same, you can follow any of them. Either you take not with the helping verb, So it will start with won't, shan't. But if you want to start with will, shall, then your not will come after the subject, remember. So it is will, shall plus subject, then not, followed by the first form of the verb. So you can also ask like, will our exams not start from the next week, right? So it's as simple as that. Now let us also understand when to use future tense, because until and unless you know when to use simple future tense, just taking care of the formation won't help. So let's learn now where to use simple future tense. It is used when you are talking about future in general. For any action that you will do in future, I will finish my supper. So you are talking of some action that will get over in future. Next is actions or events or conditions that are going to take place in future. Like, my daughter will soon become a doctor. That means she is pursuing medicine and she'll soon become a doctor. For a prediction about the future, when you are making some inferences, some predictions about future, like if you are talking about weather, the weather is very hot and stuffy, so you think it will rain tonight. So you are talking of some action which will take place in future, for which you are making predictions. You are not sure about it, but predictions based on what you are observing now. For future plans also, we use simple future tense like we'll visit you this weekend. So it's your plan for near future. Then definite actions also for future, like you will receive your gift in a day's time. So this is definite to happen in coming future. So these are all the uses of simple future tense. Coming to next is future continuous tense. Now see how you look at the verb structure. Very simple, because it is future, definitely it will have will, shall. Now because it is continuous tense, so which form of verb do you use in continuous tense? ing form. Yes, perfect. And if you remember what we have learned in present continuous tense, the form is good, is rm plus ing form of verb. So is rm is the present form of be form of verb. So what is the future tense, future form, simple future of this be form? It is will be, shall be. So that is rm will be replaced by will be, shall be. So here you get the structure of verb in future continuous tense: will, shall, be, and then ing verb. I will be sleeping in the afternoon. So this is for an action which will continue in time to come, right? So this is, now we have the different sentence types, and we'll learn about the sentence formation there. So when these are affirmative sentences, it is simply, so will, shall, then be followed by be, and then the ing form of verb. That ing form of verb is also called the fourth form of verb. So the third form is the past participle form, and the fourth form is the ing form of verb followed by object. So like, she will be waiting for you in the evening. When you talk about negative, again see, you have a helping verb here. So can you think of the verb formation here? When there are more than one helping words in the helping verb, you always put not after the first word only. So here it becomes will not, shall not, which will be in short form like won't, shan't, right? So it will be won't, shan't followed by be and ing form of verb, or you can even say will not be, shall not be, and then the ing form of verb. Now when you have to say the sentences in interrogative, just pick up the helping verb first word in the beginning. So it becomes will, shall, then subject, then be, and ing form of verb. If you have to say this using some interrogative verb question word, then verb word will be followed by will, shall, same structure, complete the sentence. Will, shall, then subject, then be, and ing form of verb. If your sentences are negative, interrogative, then either you use won't, shan't in the beginning of the sentence, or if you are using will, shall, not will come after the subject. So the structure becomes won't, shan't, subject plus be plus ing verb, or the other way is will, shall, subject, and then not, followed by be and ing form of verb. So simple. If you just remember one rule, that not is used after the first word in the helping verb, and if you have to talk about verb question, it is just introduced in the beginning. If you are using not structure, not will come after the subject, but if you are using contraction, then the contraction will be used in the beginning only before the subject. So these are just a few tips you have to remember, and your task for all the tenses becomes easier. Now, what are the uses of simple future continuous tense? It is used for a definite action at a specific time in the future. Like students will be practicing, so this action will be going on in future. For polite enquiries, when you are asking for something politely, will you be coming home sometime during the next week? So you are just asking them. A pre-scheduled plan to be carried out in future, for which the scheduling, the planning has already been done. So Neeta will be visiting her aunt this weekend. That means it is already scheduled in her routine. Now, an action expected to happen in the due course of time in future, something that is going to happen in near future, like I will be meeting Sankutka at work tomorrow anyway. So this is also expected to happen in due course of time. Now here the speaker and Sanjukta work together, and their meeting is normally expected to happen the next day. For a future action of longer duration interrupted by another shorter action in the future. That means for an action that will be going on at some time in the future, and it is interrupted by some other action, like she will be studying. So the action of studying will continue when you visit her. So the next momentary action is visiting, which will interrupt the action of studying. That's where we use future continuous tense, but here it is just a simple present tense. Moving ahead, we have future perfect tense. Again, let us focus on the words here. Future means will, shall, and perfect means use of have form of verb. So we'll just use a combination of these two. We get shall, will, then followed by have. Now we know have is always followed by third form of verb. So we use here the third form of verb here. Now when we talk about the affirmative sentences, it is will, shall, have, and then the third form of verb. If you make them negative, this is the first word of the helping verb. So after that we introduce not here, and then the third form of verb. You can also use this in contraction like won't and shan't. Coming to next is interrogative. Again, just pick up the helping verb before the subject and it becomes will, shall, subject, have, and then the third form of verb. Coming to interrogative questions with were question, just before this interrogative sentence, you have to introduce the were question and remove what part of the sentence here gives you the answer to were question. Coming to next is negative interrogative. Same thing. You will either use contraction before the subject or use the first word will, shall before the subject and use not after the subject. So you get won't, shan't, subject, have, and third form of verb, or will, shall, subject, then not, have, and third form of verb. Right? Coming to next is when to use future perfect tense. It is to denote the completion of an action within a definite period of time in future. So when you are saying Amit will have completed his work by Tuesday, so Tuesday is a time in future and you are telling before that time the work will have been finished. Coming to next is to talk about deadline, like your teachers, they give you deadline for finishing some work. So the school will have published the annual results by tomorrow afternoon. So it is a deadline for announcing the results, publishing the results. Next is future perfect continuous tense. Now again, look at the combination. Future means will, shall, perfect means have, and continuous means ing form of verb. Now just see students, perfect is has, have. And I told you has, have is always followed by third form of verb. So how can continuous tense ing verb be used there? So we need to introduce something more in between. And what is that? It is the third form been. So how you get the structure there? You will shows future, have shows perfect, ing shows continuous, and we introduce here just been, which is the third form of verb of be, and then be is always followed here by ing form of verb. In any form, it can be. Is, are, am is in present, was, were is in past, then will be, shall be is in future. So all these are followed by ing form of verb. So we are using the third form been of be here before ing verb. Now, when we talk about the sentence structures, affirmative sentences, will, shall, then have, and third have been, and then the ing form of verb. When we talk about negative, what is the first word in the helping verb? Will, shall. So it will be followed by not, or you can use contraction here. When you talk about interrogative sentences, just take the helping verb before subject. So will, shall, first word in the helping verb, subject, then have been, and the fourth form of verb ing, because this is perfect continuous tense. Now, when you talk of verb questions, just introduce WH question, verb question before the helping verb. Now, when to use future perfect continuous tense to denote actions that will definitely take place before a certain time in future, and it will continue further for some more time. So that means we are starting it before some time in future we are referring to, and it will continue even after that time of reference. I will have been preparing for my examination. That means the process of the preparation for the exams will have been started earlier for the next 7 days, and it will keep on for next 7 days. So it will be in continuation also. Next is particularly emphasize on the course of a future action. That means how long will it continue. I'm sure that you will have been watching some movie when I visit your home tomorrow. The time when I'll visit you, before that you will have been watching and you'll continue watching it. So that shows the reflection of future perfect continuous tense. Perfect always means an action started earlier than the referred time, and continuous means it will continue. Now, it's time to assess. So, scholastic assessment for you. Use the future continuous form of the verb to complete the sentences. Choose the right option. My mother dash for my aunt at the airport when she arrives. So, you have to use future continuous. What is future continuous? This is future continuous. So, that's perfect. My father dash when I get home at 10 p.m. will not be working. Future continuous. She dash in touch. So you can do them. It's so simple for you. Next is fill in the blanks with the correct form, and you have to use future indefinite. What is the structure there? Will, shall with root form of verb. So he will come. I hope you will help me. So simple. Will come, and rest of the sentences you will do yourselves. I hope you will help me. So this is your future indefinite tense. Coming to next is rewrite the sentences below. Following the instructions given in the brackets, make necessary changes in the sentences if required. Shivani will receive the award for bravery from the president. So which tense is this? This is future. Yes, simple future tense. Will, then the root form of verb. And what type of sentence is this? It is affirmative. Now let's see what they are asking to do. You have to use the verb question. So what can it be? This, they are saying who will receive. That means we are talking, replacing the question word for Shivani. So we will not use Shivani there now. Who will receive the award for bravery from the president? And interrogative sentences always end with a question mark, you have to remember. Let's do one more here. The politics of violence will ruin our country. You have to use negative and interrogative also. So what can it be? Won't. The politics. What do we have to do? We just have to take the helping verb in the beginning. So this is will. Now they want interrogative also. So we take it as contraction. Won't will come here. Won't the politics of violence ruin our country? Fine. And because this is interrogative, we'll put a question mark at the end. So this is how you have to just simply look at these instructions and change the sentences according to the verb formation sentence structure we have just learned. Coming to next, fill in the blanks with the correct future continuous tense. Future continuous, what is the formation? Good. Will, shall, be plus fourth form of verb, which is ing form of verb. So let's read the first sentence. It talks about she dash wait for me at the appointed time. So she will be waiting, and this is how the verb formation will help you complete the sentences. Next, complete these sentences using future perfect tense. Let's write the structure here also. Because it is future, so will, shall. Because it is perfect, so have. That's it. And with have, we always use the third form of verb. So let's write the first one. She dash dinner by the time the guests arrive. Cook. So she will have cooked. It becomes so easy. Let's do fourth also. He dash his suitcase by the time the cab arrives. Pack. He will have packed his suitcase by the time the cab arrives. So this is going to help you anywhere. The verb formation is going to help you in making the structure and writing the sentences perfectly. Next, complete these sentences with future perfect continuous tense. Let's write again. Future is will, shall. Perfect is have. Continuous is ing form of verb, which is the fourth form of verb. But have is always followed by the third form of verb. So let's introduce that verb here. So been is introduced in between. That's it. So simple to remember. So let's do. Perhaps by 2150, we dash in Crystal Building for more than a decade. Live. So perhaps by 2150, we will have been living, and it becomes easy. Perhaps by 2150, we will have been living in Crystal Building for more than a decade. Let's do third. The children dash for 6 hours when the alarm goes. Sleep. The children will have been sleeping. That's the perfect answer from you for 6 hours when the alarm goes. So I'm sure you'll be able to do rest of the sentences in each of these questions yourselves, and you would have got confident also about future tense. So let's keep waiting for the next sessions ahead. Till then, happy learning, children.